As you've probably heard from people who have no friends on Facebook other than family members, looking good, Tate, that new helmet's a beaut. The major reason for the bushfires was green spanning, backburning. Where? Some local councils. Really? I didn't know Byron Bay's deputy mayor had jurisdiction over both state and federal government. Thank God we have this sun-dried tomato who took time out of his busy schedule of starting a second family to set the record straight on 4BC with Carl Stefanovic, which my first thought was, Carl's on 4BC now? Damn, where are his thoughts and prayers? That demotion is way more brutal than the bushfires.
You've had a bit to say about backburning. I know there's a lot of anger up there about the red tape around land clearing and backburning.
Yes, there is, because we've got to get on top of this shit. We've got to get on top of this crap where there's all this bureaucracy that just stands in the way of people keeping their place safe.
Bureaucracy? You're a sitting member of the federal government. Who are you complaining to? You? Listen here, me. You've got to get off your duff and do something about these bloody fires. My lack of action disgusts me. You cut bureaucracy to the point that a farmer can start a fire in the bushfires and it's legal. There we go, fighting fire with fire and oh fuck, it didn't work. So partial credit to Dr. Love for at least using the right words in his diagnosis, but what would have been very helpful is if they were in the right context and order. So allow me to translate this human jumble word puzzle. Yes, fuel reduction burning has dropped significantly in New South Wales ever since Labor left office. Funny that. That's because the Nationals, led by this fat pizza extra with DSLs, cut $121 million from National Parks and Wildlife Service's budget. So for Barnaby Joyce, federal member of the Nationals, to accuse a few Greens local councils for nationwide bushfires is, and I cannot believe I'm saying this about a man who used to run on family values until his secret family was uncovered, somewhat hypocritical. To which Koala Killer states that although the National Parks and Wildlife Service budget has been gutted, which Gladys, I don't think you understand this. Just because you look like you work at the fish markets doesn't mean you have to act like it.
We have more National Parks and Wildlife staff today in total than we did in 2011.
Oh, you hired some more biddies to prattle around the gift shop to sell more keychains, did you, Gladys? That's great. Problem is, the number of professional staff has plummeted by 500 since Labor was last in office. That is collectively thousands of years of knowledge of how to prevent bushfires out the door, and the ones that are left have been so hamstrung by budget cuts that they can't prevent bushfires. It's just a never-ending episode of Parks and Rec. I'm assuming the reason it's not being filmed is again due to budget cuts. Have a look at former Ranger Kim DeGoverick. Yeah. Now there's a man that sheds a tear when he sees a chip packet getting dropped out of a car. He quit his job out of frustration because
I was managing 250,000 hectares of national park, and I only had 3 rangers and a handful of field staff, so it wasn't a very big crew.
See? You can always tell an Aussie legend by how much they understate things. So what you're saying is the Liberals made your task impossible. Yeah, well, they weren't making it easy. Now listen to this. Really listen. Don't open up another browser and then watch somebody open a new pack of magic cards and declare, yeah, I am listening. Because this single point makes you understand why Gladys Berejiklian is constantly pushing that she doesn't want the bushfires politicised, because they're entirely her fault. There is a role in national parks called a fire management officer who has a little more knowledge about backburning than Barnaby Joyce, unless we're talking about actual backs burning. Oh mate, Elvira's doing fuck nothing, eh? It's an extremely skilled job, and under Labor there was 36. Under the Liberals there are 10. They cut back the people whose job it is to prevent bushfires by 3/4. To give you a picture of what that looks like.
Each region had what they called a fire management officer. Now that position is crucial. That is the person that was responsible for the hazard reduction plan. There was 36 fire management officers. They were cut to 10 across the state. There is one fire management officer that we have among our membership that has the size of Tasmania to manage.
What? Tasmania has more than one fire reduction management officer, and Tasmania is the size of Tasmania. Yet Barnaby Joyce is propagating the idea that the reason for these intense nationwide bushfires is because of a couple of local Greens council members. Ever since the Labor Party has left office in New South Wales, fire reduction burning has halved. There are 270,000 hectares less being burned each year since your corrupt, ragtag, hillbilly bunyips took office, so if you really care about your constituency, Barnaby, maybe switch sides, hey? Maybe get over the fact that you're going to be the only person on that side of Parliament with a hat. Stop yelling at local councils and start yelling at that fat-lipped pile of rat vomit that infests the front bench of New South Wales Parliament, because these are, and I want you to get this hashtag going, these are the Berejiklian bushfires. Don't think these hashtags don't work. Last week we got Koala Killer globally trending. Gladys Berejiklian, Premier of New South Wales, has never been globally trending. And you'd think she'd be a little grateful, giving her a nickname. That's what every politician dreams of. Elbow, ScoMo, Koala Killer. The name got press coverage. It turned into a meme. Check this out. Every recent post she's made on social media has been bombarded with hashtag Koala Killer to the point that she's become so self-conscious she stopped. And creme de la creme, check out this Wikipedia article. The dishonourable Gladys Berejiklian, or as she's better known, Koala Killer, where her occupations are listed as banker, politician, and koala killer, where it's listed in her accomplishments that Berejiklian's environmental policies have helped see the destruction of more than 2.5 million acres of koala habitat, earning her the nickname Koala Killer on social media and its associated hashtag Koala Killer. Fact. How many swing voters do you think that's going to sway just before they cast their votes? This one wants to upgrade the North Ryde rail line. This one kills koalas. That's why, just like other natural disasters that are called Cyclone Tracy, Cyclone Bill, we need to associate this natural disaster with her. Hashtag Berejiklian bushfires, because cutting hundreds of millions of dollars from emergency services and national parks is the equivalent of lighting the world's biggest match. And because Lonely Kids Club are such legends, go check out their range. They are this generation's Mambo, but even bigger legends because they've created the shirt hashtag Koala Killer. Great Christmas present. Excellent for triggering boomers. Look at all these beautiful comments on the Daily Mail. You know you've got them when they've written things like, "What a horrible young man." But here's the best part about that shirt. All the profits from it are going to the real heroes. Lonely Kids Club. No, it's going to RFS and, of course, Wires, because they have been inundated with burned wildlife ever since these bushfires. And do you think someone called Koala Killer is going to help them out? I've got a job to finish. Hashtag Berejiklian bushfires. And due to the like button, what Berejiklian did to our native wilderness, set it on fire.
Please share and comment below. Comment.